What is going on, and welcome back to another episode of The Power of Progression. Today, we're going to talk about something that I get questions on all the damn time. So the question I always get is, what does your morning routine look like? And the reason why I love that question is because at least that shows me that you understand that if you show me your rituals, I'll show you your future, right? Show me your rituals, I'll show you your future. And of all these phenomenal people I've had on this podcast, if you guys have listened to all of them, you'll see they all have these rituals. They always have these morning routines that no matter what, they get it done every morning. And no matter what happened the night before, they stick to it. And that has helped them and propelled them to the success that they have. So people always ask me, John, what's your morning routine look like? Let me rewind and talk about 5 years ago, 6 years ago, what my morning routine looked like. Shit. It looked like absolute shit. I didn't understand the power of routine, let alone the power of morning routine. See, we follow through with who we believe we are most, right? We follow through with who we believe we are most. If you're taking notes, that's the first one you should be taking. And because of that, I was like, I'm not a morning person, right? Mornings suck. I always used to say mornings suck. Come to find out, mornings don't suck. I suck at mornings. Does that ring a bell? Maybe that's you listening or watching. And when I realized that, I'm like, okay, well, that's just a perspective I have on mornings, but why is it so important? Then I started diving deep into the best of the best, the top performers, the 1%ers of this world, realizing that one thing they all have in common is that they have a pretty solid ass morning routine. Now, some have a little bit different of a routine than others, and some have very similar ones. There's definitely commonalities. And so what I did, I said, you know what, let me at least try it. I'm always wanting to give something a try, and sometimes it got me into some trouble, but this time it didn't. It actually has truly elevated my life. And so about 5 years ago when I said that, mornings suck, and then I realized, no, I suck at mornings, I made a change. And the first change I did was I started waking up early. Now, I didn't have to be at work until 9 o'clock at that time. So waking up at 7:30 was fine. Enough time to take a shower and everything. And now that I don't have a place to go to work, I'm waking up several hours before because I understand the power of it. So I just started small, right? I started small, waking up a little bit earlier and putting one little thing into my life. A little bit earlier, one more thing into your life. And what I've come down to realize is that without my morning, I am screwed up for the day. Like if I don't get the shit done I need to get done in the morning as far as my habits, my non-negotiables, I promise you I'm not as sharp as I need to be. And so when I sleep in too long, it throws me really off because I can't get in those non-negotiables, or I get in those non-negotiables but I'm rushing through them. And I don't want you to rush through things. I want you to walk through them with intent and understanding of why you're doing it. So I started doing it and I started seeing great results. I started diving deeper into the greatest minds and finding out what they're doing, implementing it. Was it working? Do I need to make a shift? And I created my own morning routine. And this morning routine, I will promise you, if you do it, your life will change. If you do this morning routine and you stay committed to it, you'll have a better quality of life. You'll have better relationships. You'll make more money. You'll be more focused. You'll be more fulfilled and feel a lot better going into your day, no matter what kind of shit you got to deal with. And it will propel you like it propels many others to the success that you want. You want this, tap into that potential, into that potential, the reason why you're here. Sleeping until 7 o'clock is not going to do it. Now, you also may be listening and say, John, cool, morning routines, I'm going to check out. I'm not a morning person. I'm a night person. We follow through with who we believe we are most. Yes, you may think you're a morning person, therefore you will do whatever it takes, including stepping out of this podcast because you believe so much that you are not a morning person, you are a night person. If you're a morning person, then you are committing to doing whatever it takes to show me you're a morning person, right? So we follow through with who we are or who we believe we are the most. And so if you're a night owl, I'm not telling you that you're not creative at night. I'm just saying, have you tried anything different? Have you truly tried the best practices doing something different? So if you haven't, then look, hear me out, listen, and do a 30-day challenge, and let's see if it works. We're the most creative in the morning. We are. And by morning, I mean 5 o'clock, 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. Those night hours out there, they're not creative at 7, 8, 9 o'clock in the morning because they've stayed up so long. They've drained all their energy. That's why you're not creative. And you've built such a habit at night. So here, is what I do for my morning routine. And it has helped me reach my success I'm at now. And I've taken this, a little piece from this person, a little piece from that person, implement it. I give it to my clients as well. First thing I do is I wake up on the Fs. What are the Fs? The Fs are between 4 and 5:59. Now I wake up about 5 o'clock every day, 5 to 5:30 sometimes. I'm not waking up at 4 o'clock right now. One of my goals is to actually start waking up at 4:30. But it's that right now I'm good at 5 to 5:30. 5:15 is usually when I wake up, smack dab in the middle. And I get a lot of stuff done. I get more done between 5 and 9 than most will get 9 to 5, right? You will get more done from 5 to 9 than most will get done from 9 to 5. So I wake up on the Fs. Now, if you're waking up now at 7 o'clock, just do 5:59. This show is called Power of Progression, right? Not burn yourself out before you even get some momentum. So wake up at 5:59. Do that for a week. And then 5:55. Do that for a week. And 5:30. Find out the end time or the start time really that you want to have of the day, right? Like what's that time you want? And then reverse engineer it. Don't jump all the way into it. If you're trying to lose weight, I'm not going to tell you to go ahead and cut out all your carbs now, all your sugars now, go lift every single weight at the gym. There's progression. So maybe you're waking up at 5:30 right now. Try 5 o'clock. What can a half hour do? What can a half hour times 5? What's that compound effect look like? Right? All right. So 5:59 is really the latest you want to wake up. But wake up on the Fs. And now when I wake up, I keep my phone away from me. And I actually didn't do this intentionally. I've heard people talk about it, and I never did it intentionally until I had a call with Hal Elrod, and he was talking about the intent why he does it. And it made sense. The other day, probably about a week ago, my wife comes to me and tells me, John, you no longer have to put your phone over there on that outlet to charge it throughout the night. You could actually put it right under our bed, and it'll come up onto your dresser. And I was like, you're a genius. I didn't know that outlet was there. We just moved into the house 6 months ago. I didn't know the outlet was there, so I was so excited. I was beyond excited. What happened the next day? My alarm went off, and my ass hit snooze. Not once, but twice. And everything was ruined for that day, right? My whole routine was ruined. And so I thought she was a genius because she was trying to help me out, but little did I realize how powerful it was keep my phone away from me because I had to get up to turn off the alarm. I had to get up to turn off the alarm. I didn't want to waken up my baby, didn't want to waken up Ash, and I needed to turn it off. So once I'm up, you're up. That's 50% of the battle. My father always told me, he had me roofing on weekends throughout high school, and he said, John, get up. When you get up, it's 50% of half the battle. And he's right. So keep your phone away from you if you need help not hitting the snooze. And I always say, if you hit the snooze, you're guaranteed to lose. If I hit the snooze, I'm guaranteed to lose. And I do not like losing. Number 2, I'm all about triggers. I'm all about drinking water. So as soon as my feet touch the ground, it's water I pound. As I take a sip of water now. So as soon as my feet touch the ground, it's water I pound. A lot of you guys are drinking coffee, Red Bull, Monster, soda before you even drink a glass of water. Do you know that when you're sleeping, you're naturally dehydrating? Do you know when you drink caffeine, you are also dehydrating yourself? Do you know when you're not hydrated, you are not as focused, not as clear, not as sharp? So take that into consideration. I have a glass of water next to my bed every night. My feet touch the ground, boom, it's water I pound, the whole thing. So my trigger is feet touch the ground and it's water I drink, right? My next thing, my third thing I do, and I got this actually from Chris Harder, who talked about our thought patterns. Have you ever woken up and been like, man, I just want to deal with today. So much stuff I got to get done, or I don't want to deal with this client, or I don't want to have that conversation. You just wake up in like a shit mood. Well, that's your thought that you've created to have a shit mood to then screw up the rest of your day. So we have a chance to choose our thought patterns, and the most beneficial time to do that, to grab momentum to the day, is the first 60 seconds. So boom, shut my phone off. I sit down, feet touch the ground, water I pound, and I grab my heart and I just say 60 seconds of things I'm grateful for, maybe 20 seconds. But I try to, just do it basically for at least 5 things. And I talked about that on one of my other podcasts, and I talk about being grateful a lot. But 60 seconds of gratitude. Get up, boop, go in the shower. Now, I'm all about triggers, as I said before, and I'm all about gratitude and all about affirmations. I want to have a trigger that I know I'm doing every day so I can have the habit of gratitude that creates a lifestyle of gratitude, and a habit of affirmations that creates a lifestyle of these incantations. So I'm in the shower. Soon as the shampoo is in my hair, I then speak in gratitude. And you guys know I don't just speak it, I see it, I visualize it. If I say I'm grateful for my daughter and I can't see her, I say I'm grateful for my daughter in a way she can make me smile. And I instantly see her, and the feeling of fulfillment literally boils up inside of me, and I feel that fulfillment. And I do that for about 5 things. Then I put conditioner in my hair, and it's a 3-minute leave-in conditioner before you wash it out. So it gives me 3 minutes to go ahead and do my affirmations. And I do my affirmations. Same thing. I walk in it, not through it. I walk in it, and I truly, truly visualize it. When I say I'm the #1 transformational speaker in the world, I don't just say it. I see me on stage with 15, 20,000 people, 30,000 people. Right? When I say I create the ultimate version of myself in all 6 equities, I see me reading, running. I see me changing my life in all equities. When I say I help others create the ultimate version of themselves in all 6 equities, I see others doing the same. When I say I help people design the life they always wanted to live, I see others sending me a video on a yacht somewhere overseas saying thank you. So I visualize these things. I see them every day. So shampoo is gratitude. Conditioner is affirmations. Then I have some me time. So I go out and I make my coffee. And I drink 1 more glass of water and I make my coffee. And that whole process is, I don't know, 10 minutes maybe. I just go ahead and I just look outside the window. And I just look outside our back porch and look at the water. And maybe you don't have water in your backyard, but maybe you have beautiful trees in your backyard. Or maybe you don't have either. But maybe you could just sit there in silence and have some me time. Have some just almost what I call active meditation. Just letting thoughts go through your mind. And just being a part of your consciousness in that moment. So I take about 10 minutes of me time, and then pour my coffee. I go spend about another 60 seconds to 5 minutes, or whatever I feel like for that morning, of just deep breaths and just getting ready to conquer the damn day. Then I go in, and as soon as my butt hits the seat for my office, because I work from home, I instantly pick up a book. And when I pick up the book, I go ahead and I read 1 chapter. I was having this talk with my client, and I was like, I used to do 10 pages, but I do 10 pages and the chapter's only 13 pages. Like, what am I waiting till tomorrow to read the other 3 pages? But then I have the problem where it's like, well, nope, now if I'm going to read a chapter, this chapter is 65 pages. So you have that problem where it's like chapter's too long, chapter's too short, looking ahead. And it's just like, as Hal Elrod said on that call when we were talking to him, he said, do what's right or do what's easy. And do what's right is keeping your word. Do it easy is, going against it. So what's right is if it's a chapter, it's a chapter. 10 pages or 100 pages, it's a chapter. So I read my chapter, and from there, I then read these 2 things. No matter what, I read these 2 things. And when these books are done, I'll pick up another 2. I love books that I can read like 1 passage a day or 1 paragraph a day. That's broken up each and every day. So here's one I'm reading. For those of you watching this, you guys could see, but those of you guys listening on audio, it's John C. Maxwell's The Maxwell Daily Reader. And it just helps you truly create a leader within. So it's just 1 page. You guys could see here. It's just 1 page with an action step at the end. And then the other one is The Daily Stoic by Ryan Holiday. So The Daily Stoic is, once again, just a page. It takes me, 3 to 5 minutes, maybe less sometimes, maybe 60 seconds, depending on how big it is to read. And I read those 2 things along with my chapter. So I read a chapter and I read that. By then, it's about 40 minutes, depending on how long the chapter is. And then I write down some notes. And I write down what I learned from what I read and how I can implement it into my life. So I write down, okay, I learned A, B, and C. How will I implement this? How will I challenge myself to incorporate this into my life? How can I make this applicable in my situation? Now, how can I take that and help somebody else with it? Can I create some kind of document? Can I go ahead and actually teach this on a podcast? Can I teach this and give this to one of my clients? Is this something I could talk about from stage? So I read, and then I write down the notes from it and say, how can I make this applicable to me and to help others? And one thing I didn't talk about, it's a bonus. It's kind of rewind. here. When I'm in the shower afterwards, I end with about a 60-second, I really count the 22, but I count really slow, 22 seconds, really slow 22 seconds of a cold shower. So after my affirmations, I end with a cold shower. It's hot all the time, and I end with a cold shower. It helps me with my immune system. It actually has studies that it helps you deal with stress better. Okay. It helps you with circulation, helps you with your energy. There's so many different things cold showers do. Tony Robbins takes a 10-minute ice bath at the end. I'm just doing like a minute of a cold shower. And I come out like, everybody listening or watching this, ever watch sports and see people come out of the tunnel for football? Think of Ray Lewis, right? Ray Lewis, for those of you who know who he is, when he was playing, he would come out of the tunnel in football and he would do his dance. And he'd and like rip through basically the air way. Such powerful energy. That's your boy when he comes out of the shower. That's me when I come out of the shower after I do my gratitude, my affirmations, my 60 seconds of a cold shower. I'm coming out of the shower not because I'm cold, because I'm so damn eager to conquer, to crush the day. So I forgot to add that in there. So I take the cold shower, then I do my me time, then I do my personal development. It's a non-negotiable. And then when I do my journaling / what I could do, I write that down and I put it in notes. So I put it in my notes so that I have it and I can use it whenever I want. So if I'm out somewhere and maybe I'm about to present and I need some fire, I need some inspiration, we go back and through what I learned this past month, maybe from that book. Next thing I do is from there, I have a must crush it list, which I have here. My must crush it list is simple. It's basically a to-do list. But here's the problem with a lot of to-do lists, the top 5, my big one. You neglect all areas of your life besides one or a few. And I'm all about integration. You guys know that. I mean, a lot of people come to me and become my client because they're quote unquote unbalanced. Their life is imbalanced. And say, how can you help me have a balanced life? Well, you're always going to have that seesaw where things are a little bit more important one day versus the other. But I want to show you how to create an integrative life, right? A life that has integration across all equities. We're made up of 6 equities. And then if you listen to one of the first episodes, I talked about it, but it's our business, our career, our financials, our health, that's mind and body, our relationships, our spirituality, and our personal / leisure. That's who you are. Like, if you don't understand success in those 6 equities, you're never going to have a quote unquote balanced, what I call integrated life. So I have this must crush it list. Those of you watching, you could see it. And the first thing I ask is, what's the task? And then what equity is it in? And what time are you going to do it? So each morning I fill this out. Right? And so when I fill this out, the first thing I do, as soon as I pick this up, I go to my email. So I don't even touch my phone until I'm about to pick this up. So I've had my few glasses of water. I've had my coffee. I've done my affirmations. I've done my gratitude. I did my personal development. I did my journaling. Now I pick up this must crush it list. So it reminds me, okay, that's my trigger. Go to my emails or anything that came in overnight that needs to be taken care of today. I don't necessarily go through my emails and check every one. I just look and see if there's something that needs to be touched on today so I can put it in my daily must crush it list. So after I check my email, boom, I'm in my must crush it list. And the equity here, you guys who are watching this, you see one of the boxes is equity. Why is that so damn important for a balanced life? Well, at the end of my week, if I go through all of my sheets like I do and I see all B's for business and no R's for relationship or no H's for health, what do you think happens to my life if that happens next week and a week after? Yeah, I start living an unbalanced life. I start living this life that's really, really not full of abundance and not full of fulfillment, because fulfillment's not in one area. It's an overall, integration between happiness and between all your different equities. So I get to see, I have an actual intentional visual aid showing me how balanced I was this week. And that helps tremendously, knowing where I need to put my focus. And even daily, I try to put in there almost at least 4 different equities. And it could be small. It could be just, tell my wife I love her. That's that's one for the relationships. Then the next thing I do is I do eat the frog task. So I put an eat the frog task down there, and eat the frog is this. You're putting off something that you need to get done, cleaning that room, doing the dishes, folding the laundry. I know my wife's listening to this right now, and putting the laundry away is probably my eat the frog I should be doing every day. So what's the eat the frog? You don't always have one, but it's good to ask yourself. And then also on here, you have Conversations. Look, there's somebody right now, you listening to this, you are putting off a conversation. You're putting it off because you're scared of the outcome. We need to have more conversations and be tied to the conversation and not the outcome. So don't be scared to have the conversation or what the outcome looks like. But the best way to find out if there's a conversation that's been basically holding back your quality of life is just ask yourself, who do I need to have a conversation with? My mother, my father, my husband, my wife, my son, my employee, my employer, my client. If you ask yourself that every day, you're going to start finding out the people you need to have a conversation with, therefore having the conversation faster and creating a better quality of your week. See, conversations create clarity. So be tied to the conversation and not to the outcome. So I got all my tasks on here. I have all my equities so I can keep an integrated life. I have my eat the frog task, the shit that I know needs to get done when I probably don't want to do it. That happens first. And then do I need to have a conversation with somebody today? Then I flip it around and my must crush list shows my next big goal. Like if I want to have one big goal, I'm going to write it down 10 times. Why? Because what you focus on expands. If I write down, I'm going to lose 10 pounds, I'm going to lose 10 pounds, I'm going to lose 10 pounds, you start doing things consciously, like not realizing it, to lose 10 pounds, making better decisions. Then I write down my I ams. Yeah, I said them in a shower, but I also want to write them down and put them in the universe again. I'm a huge believer in manifesting our future. I'm a huge believer in visualizing what we want. I'm a huge believer of never making the first time. So 5 I ams. And lastly on here, non-negotiables. There's boxes on here to check off. Our habits create our future, it says on there. Quote by Marrone. And these are the boxes. I have a box that says 3 minutes of stretching, 5 minutes of controlled breathing, 10 minutes of journaling, 30 minutes of activity of any type, 1 minute cold shower, gallon of water, follow a healthy eating plan, 45 minutes of personal development, give gratitude to somebody intentionally about something they did, not just, oh, I'm grateful for you, but super intent about something they did. Wake up before 6, first 60 seconds of gratitude, and then no phone for the first 2 hours. I'll get into that in a second. So I have all these things on here and every day. Cross them off, cross them off, cross them off. And I'll be honest, I don't really need to do that anymore. I don't need to cross them off anymore. It's now business as usual. This is good for somebody that needs to start creating these habits that will then create their future for the boxes part. But I do this every day. I do my task and my equities every day. I ask myself, who do I need to have a conversation with every damn day? This is the guiding light to my action for the day. I always talk about creating massive action daily, massive, aggressive, empowering action daily. Well, guess what? I cannot do that if I don't have an understanding of what success looks like in order to take the action I need to take, right? So what do I need to do? I need to have a plan. And the plan that helps me is this visual aid. And I love it because I get to have like an integrated life, guys. I have a very balanced life, very balanced life. My health, my relationships, spirituality, my finances, my business. It's not by accident. This sheet has helped me tremendously, tremendously. And I do this, I'll talk about this on another podcast, but you guys watching, I do this weekly progression plan that every week I ask myself, okay, business, finances, health, relationships, personal, and spiritual, what's the goal that week? Maybe health is lose 2 pounds. Under lose 2 pounds, I write the how. So under, let's just say business, I put my goal. What's the goal this week? That under that, I put, what's my action steps? What's the how? Maybe the goal is you're in sales to set 5 appointments. Well, what's the how? Well, it's to call 60 people a day. And then I take the call 60 people a day and I put that into my calendar. Okay? Put that into my calendar. And it's the same with every single one. Maybe the health is to lose 2 pounds. Well, how? What's my action plan? Well, I'm going to meal prep on Sunday. I'm going to go ahead and go to the gym Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. And I'm not going to eat after 7. I then take those things and put them into my calendar. Right? So all of my weekly progression I do on Sunday goes on my calendar. And then when I wake up every morning and I do my must crush it list, I'm looking at my calendar saying, okay, well, this needs to go on or this needs to go on there. Then there's things that aren't on my calendar that I put on here that then go into my calendar. So that's the trick too. So everything on my must crush it list goes onto my calendar. So this is what it looks like. Sunday, I do my weekly progression plan. Each equity, what's the goal, and how am I going to get there? I then take that and I put it into my calendar. Every morning, some of you guys could do it at night. I do it in the morning. Every morning, I take my must crush it list and I look at my calendar and I make sure that anything that's on my calendar needs to get done is on my must crush it list. And then anything extra that I know I need to get done that wasn't prepared when I did my weekly progression on Sunday goes from my must crush it list to my calendar. They must talk to each other. Weekly progression talks to my calendar, that talks to my daily must crush it list. Daily must crush it list then goes back and talks to my calendar. They all meet at the calendar because I live and die by that. If it's not on there, some of you guys may actually know this, but it doesn't happen. I had a guy named Nick, shout out to you, brother, if you're listening. He just came out with a phenomenal book. Him and I have been trying to get together. And I told him, yeah, let's do this day. And I just didn't get a calendar invite, and that's my fault because I didn't tell him to send me one. And because he didn't send me one and I didn't tell him to, it wasn't on my calendar. And guess what happened? He was waiting on a call and I wasn't there. But that's my fault because I didn't let him know and what the expectations were that I need a calendar invite. Otherwise, something gets booked over. So once I do that, I then pick up my phone. And I do 10 minutes of social media. I just browse. I go ahead and just browse around and see what everybody's up to. You know, I do some browsing, but I limit it to 10 minutes. So 10 minutes of my social media, and then I crush the damn day. And by that time, it's probably about 2 hours after waking up, right? So I'm looking at about 7:30, and I've done my gratitude. I've done my affirmations. I've drank a shit ton of water. I've had some me time. I've done my personal development. I've went and journaled or scribing, note-taking, however you want to look at it. I've written out my plan for the day. I have taken my cold shower. Now I'm ready to go. And see, some of you guys might work out in the morning. Cool, work out in the morning. I love that. But I don't always work out in the morning. I'll work out in the morning about 2 to 3 days a week. But the rest of the time I do it during lunch because I'm my most creative in the morning. And because of that, I don't want to waste my most creative time at the gym. What I find myself doing at the gym in the morning, in all honesty, is when I'm working out, I am still in a creative mode. So I'm not working out as hard. My mind is working out because I'm taking notes on things I want to get done for the day, new ideas, new partnerships, new opportunities. And so my workout isn't as good, and I'm still not as effective, as efficient in my creativity mode. So I usually wait. But sometimes I'll do fasted cardio or something in the morning, but it's not often. But I'll always get in a workout at least 5 days a week. So let me repeat my morning routine so you have it. Okay. First thing is wake up on the F's. Second thing is glass of water. Okay. Glass of water, right? If you touch the ground, it's water at a pound. The third thing, speak in gratitude. 30 to 60 seconds, speak in gratitude. Next, in the shower, I have a trigger that triggers me to say my things I'm grateful for. Next, my other trigger, which is conditioner, is say the things I'm affirming, my incantations. Next, I get out of the shower and I go and I make coffee. I pour myself another glass of water and I have me time for 10 minutes. Just me, no phone, no nothing. Just chill out, right? Just calm down and just get ready because this day I'm about to own it. Next thing, as soon as my butt touches the seat in my office, 45 minutes or so of personal development. It's a chapter in my big book, listening or reading, and then it's one page in my daily books that I read. Then from there, I note take. And basically I say, what did I learn today from that? How can I apply it in my own life? What's my action steps? And how can I make it applicable to help others put it into their life? And then from there, I grab my must crush it list as well as my email open up, and I create my plan of action for the day and create it in my equities. So I have an integrative day, therefore an integrative week, therefore an integrative life. And then after that, I go ahead and I do my social media, browsing around, let those endorphins kick off for about 10 minutes or so, and I'm ready to roar. I'm ready to roar. Some days I'm ready, if I'm waking up at 5, by 7 o'clock, I'm ready to go, but I got all those habits done. And I've crushed it. And I have such momentum. That's the thing, guys. You get such momentum from killing and crushing that morning that you truly, truly take that momentum, as Darren Hardy says, Big Mo, and you bring it in to everything you do throughout the day. Big Mo is real. You need to grab momentum. Ever watch a hockey game and they say the ice is tilting, right? And it's 6-0? Well, it's because it's momentum. Momentum is shifting. In the morning, I'm grabbing my momentum intentionally. Guys, grab your momentum intentionally every morning. You have the opportunity to take the momentum that can propel you to your potential and get you where you want to go. You can grab that momentum, but you have to create it sometimes. You have to create it. Most mornings. I don't want to wake up at 5 o'clock every morning, but I ask myself, does this get me closer or further away from my goals? What gets me closer? And why is that important, John? Because I promise myself and my family to create the experiences that they deserve, so on and so forth. And I talk about my why. I don't always want to read a whole chapter in a book, but guess what? I promise myself that I'm staying committed to my commitments. I live at the highest standard possible, not just some days, all days. And when I have a fault, because we all do, I say, okay, why? Why did I veer? Why did I not stay committed to my core values and my standards? Okay, let's not make that happen again. Let's not let that happen again. So my morning routine, sometimes I have to have extreme force to make myself stay committed to it. It's not easy all the time. So I take my morning routine, and from my morning routine, I grab momentum, and I get more shit done in my first 4 hours a day than you probably get done in your entire day. And it's all because I had to take a little bit of force to inspire myself and force myself to grab momentum by doing those daily habits, doing that morning routine, because I know how powerful it is to empower me to get to where I want to go. And it allows me to have this integrated life because I'm doing it intentionally. And when I do my must crush it list, it's laid out for me. Now, if you want the must crush it list, I only give this to my clients. If you want the weekly progression plan, go ahead and shoot me an email, john@johnmarrone.com, john@johnmarrone.com. If you want those 2 sheets that I use every week and then every morning, reach out to me and I'll send it on over to you. If you take that action step, I'll send it to you. I know that everybody listens to it. So I'm going to do it, but you won't do it. You won't do it. Why? Because your excuses are more powerful than your reasons. Your excuses are more powerful than your reasons to stay in bed. Your excuses are more powerful than your reasons not to stick to staying off your phone for the first 2 hours. Remember, I don't pick up my phone from 5 to 7 unless I absolutely need to, or I know I need to get in touch with somebody super early. Like there are times, but I do it and I get off. So I don't touch my phone for 2 hours, but there may be times I need to reach that person that early in the morning. There may be times I need to go ahead and, do something on my phone really quick. Now, if I'm listening to an Audible or something like that, that's a different story. That's not utilizing your phone, in a bad way. But your excuses are stronger than your reasoning, right? So what is the excuse you keep telling yourself that's overriding the true reasoning, overriding the true reason why you need to do it, the true why on why you need to get up between 5 and 5:30 tomorrow? Why it's telling you to drink that water? Why do you want to do that? Why is it so important for you to take a cold shower? Why is it important for you to do 30 to 45 minutes of personal development? Why is it so important for you to stay committed to staying off your phone? Once you understand that your reasons need to be stronger than your excuses, you can grab that excuse and throw it to the side and use that reason to push you through. As I said before, I'm not always wanting to get up that early. No. People are like, what time you go to sleep? I don't give a shit what time I go to sleep. It doesn't matter, as The Rock says, it doesn't matter what time I go to sleep. It only matters what time I wake up. If I go to sleep at 2 o'clock in the morning, guess what? John Marrone made a commitment to himself and to his family and to the people that are in his tribe that he's going to wake up at a certain time and do the things he needs to do in order to create the life he needs to create to help others create the life they need to create. So what time do I go to sleep? It's probably a question I'm going to get a lot of email to me after this. Normally, 10:30, 11. But sometimes 1, right? Sometimes 8. Sometimes 12. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what time you go to sleep. But what matters is you keep the promise on when you're going to wake up. I'm going to give you one last tip, one last hint. My morning routine I do every day, but 1 day a week. I don't do it 1 day a week. And I know what day that's going to be on Sunday. And usually it's Saturday or Sunday. I won't do it. Now Sunday I'll do my weekly progression plan, but I'm not going to stick to everything. And why? Why do I tell you guys I don't do it 1 time a week? Because it's important. It's important for me just to shut off, and I wake up when I wake up. Like if I wake up at 7, I wake up at 7. If I wake up at 9, I wake up at 9. I mean, I'm probably not waking up past 7, but still, I'm going to just chill. I'm going to chill. I'm going to be super grateful that day, right? I want to check out, though. I'm going to check out. I don't suggest you do this checking out once a week until you at least have 30 days strong, though. I did not start checking out the first week. It's like eating, right? Oh, you have a cheat meal your first week. No, you don't do that. You go 30 days. Shock the system. Show some proof into yourself that it works. So if you do the things I told you to do, if you have a strong enough reason that will outweigh any kind of excuse, and you grab that momentum intentionally create that momentum in the morning, no matter what the little, mental midget in your head is trying to tell you to be average, no matter what they're saying. If you grab the momentum, you create it, then grab it, and then you go into the day with it, watch what happens to your life. Watch how many more opportunities come your way. Watch how much better your relationship is. Watch how much more money you make. Watch how much clearer you are. Watch how much better overall you become. So create a morning routine that works for you. I'm not telling you this is the end all be all. I'm telling you, I know this shit works. I know it works not just for me, but hundreds and hundreds of people I've given it to. Hundreds. Some people say, man, just that water thing in the morning has changed my life. Man, just staying committed to my personal development has changed my life. Man, just the gratitude has changed my life. Just waking up on the F's, whatever it is. One of these things can change your life. Imagine if you did all of them. One of these things can change your life if you did it consistently. Imagine if you did all of them. You got to have a strong enough reason, though, to do it all, because there's days you're not going to want to. So create the momentum. Push past your excuse with the reason that's going to be the thing that pushes you forward. So tomorrow, what time are you going to wake up? Okay, what time are you going to wake up? What are you going to do intentionally? Don't just wake up to wake up. Have an intentional plan. And with that intentional plan, go and conquer your damn day. Right? Once you own the day, you own your life. Someone said it to me on a podcast the other day. I'm like, what? That's something similar to that. But yeah, if you can own your day, you could truly own your life. That's one day at a time, guys. One day at a time. So I hope you like this podcast episode. That is my morning routine. Laid it out there for you guys. If you have any questions, reach out to me. Follow me on social, right? Real John Marrone. Real John Marrone. If you're watching this on YouTube, please click the subscribe button. Let's go. I'm going to have a lot more videos coming your way as always. And if you're listening to this on any kind of podcast platform, make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. And leave a review, guys. Please leave a review. You watch us on YouTube. Write a comment. Tell me what your biggest takeaway was. Tell me what your biggest takeaway was. Another thing is share this out. Think how many people can listen to this and possibly change their life that will change their kids' lives and their family's future. Like, who do you know that needs a better morning routine? Send this to them. Tag me in it. I'm going to chat with them. Let me go ahead and kick them in the ass a little bit to get them going. Tag somebody or send this to somebody. Tag me in it on social media. Let me know what you think as well in the comments as well as in the review section. Lastly, if you need anything at all, you're looking to up-level your life, if you're looking to, you know what? How about this? What I'm going to do is I'm going to offer this. I sent an email out, but I'm going to do this. If you want to see what my group coaching is all about, if you want to see what my group coaching is all about, this is what I want you to do. I want you to send an email to john@johnmarrone.com, JOHN@JOHNMARRONE.com. Almost forgot how to spell my name there. john@johnmarrone.com. I will offer you access for 45 days for free into my Ultimate You course and my group coaching, live group coaching with it's me with a topic and an open Q&A overcoming your number one struggle that week. If you are serious, you could jump on a calls on Tuesday mornings. You are willing to have a conversation afterwards on how you think it went, and you're willing to not just jump on a calls, but take action in the homework, email me right now. And when you hear this podcast, I'm going to launch it and I'm going to give, let's say 72 hours until you reach out to me. And if you want in on free, basically group coaching and a free course, I will let you in for 45 days for free. No strings attached, nothing. Just so you could get a peek behind the curtains and see what exactly it is that we do on these live coaching calls. john@johnmarrone.com. Let me know if you have any questions. I look forward to you emailing me. And if you have any questions in regards to that or anything else, just follow up with me. Let me know. Otherwise, guys, have a phenomenal day. Do this morning routine. Make your reason stronger than your excuse. Create and grab momentum throughout your day to then grab momentum into your life and keep creating the ultimate version of you.